Welcome to Librarian Recommends. Hi, my name is Trish and I am one of the librarians at Barbican Library, and I'm going to bring you some suggestions of books to read or listen to via a Librarian Recommends session each week on a Thursday. You can download ebooks and audiobooks using our free RBdigital app. If you need help using the app, please take a look at our how-to video, which you can find in the video section on the left of this Facebook page, or go to our YouTube channel using the link above. Today I'm going to concentrate on books about food. Firstly, I'm going to mention some ebook titles you might be interested in trying. My first suggestion is The Mindful Diet by Ruth Wolever and Beth Reardon with Tanya Hannon. This isn't just another diet book full of low-fat and low-calorie recipes. The authors of this book believe that losing weight is not about fad diets and controlling your willpower. The Mindful Diet combines mindfulness and the latest nutritional research to create a simple and effective way to obtain and maintain a healthier diet and lifestyle. The Mindful Diet examines how what we choose to eat and drink affects us on a biochemical level, and how we can use mindfulness to get more in tune with our bodies and recognise the triggers such as stress, boredom, unhappiness that lead to poor eating habits. This is a holistic approach that maintains that lasting weight loss and healthy living begin in the mind. Next up is How to Bake by Paul Hollywood. This book is full of wonderful things to try your hand at making whilst you have a bit more time on your hands. The son of a baker, Paul Hollywood is arguably the most famous baker in the UK, and in this book he shares his knowledge and expert advice on baking. This is a great book for beginners, leading you through the basics. The book is full of easy to follow, clearly explained recipes to create a range of delicious items. In the introductory pages, the Great British Bake Off host explains basic techniques as well as discussing equipment, oven temperatures and ingredients. The recipes in this book cover a range of different breads, and for those with more of a sweet tooth, there are recipes for pastries and cakes. Make the most of your time at home, get in the kitchen and get baking. How about Farmageddon, The True Cost of Cheap Meat by Philip Limbury with Isabel Oakeshott. Philip Limbury is the CEO of Compassion in World Farming, an international farm animal welfare organisation that campaigns for, among other things, the end of factory farming. This book is the culmination of 3 years of investigations into industrial livestock production and aquaculture. Limbury travelled around the world, witnessing for himself the highly intensive methods used to produce the meat and fish that ends up on our plates. He examines not only the welfare side of intensive farming, but also its devastating impact on the environment and on human health. He believes the solution is not necessarily for everyone to go vegetarian or vegan, but for people to make more informed choices as consumers. This is an informative and thought-provoking read. My final ebook suggestion is Oh Sugar by Catherine Basford. This book deals with the white stuff, a substance that is in so much of what we eat and drink every day. But it's not just the usual suspects like confectionery, cakes and fizzy drinks that are loaded with the sweet stuff. There are hidden sugars in lots of seemingly healthy foods. This book will help raise awareness of the hidden dangers of both the processed and natural foods you eat. And it also explains why the consumption of sugary food and drink is so addictive. It explains the impact too much sugar has on our health, including a higher risk of suffering from obesity and developing heart disease, type 2 diabetes and even cancer. The author gives sensible and practical advice on how to cut down on your sugar intake and break the cycle of cravings. This is a good read for anyone who wants to detox to a sugar-free diet, moderately reduce their sugar intake, or simply eat fewer sweet treats. And now on to some audiobooks. If you've not tried listening to books before, why not give listening a try? Listening to books allows you to multitask and make more use of your time. First up is The Comfort Food Diaries by Emily Nunn. One evening, after copious glasses of wine, while still grieving the suicide of her beloved brother and in shock from the brutal breakup of her relationship with her fiancé and her eviction from their shared apartment, Emily Nunn took to Facebook and poured out her heartbreak. The next morning, hungover and somewhat regretful of her post, she was delighted to discover sympathetic replies from people, many of whom invited Emily, an avid cook and professional food writer, to visit and cook with them. This is the story of Emily's comfort food tour. She travels across America, staying with relatives and friends, including 2 renowned chefs, cooking and eating with them while slowly rebuilding her life. This is the story of one woman's emotional journey of recovery with the help of friends and sustenance. It clearly highlights the restorative power of comfort food and the central role it can play in our lives. A great one for foodies. How about A History of English Food by Clarissa Dixon Wright? This is a well-researched and detailed book, charting the story of English food from the 12th century and the feasts of the medieval kings to the dishes of the present day. Dixon Wright examines the changing influences on the national diet throughout the ages as new flavours and ingredients are introduced and as immigrant communities contribute to the cuisine of the country. She also tells the stories of the chefs, gastronomes, cooks, epicures, cookery book writers and gluttons who have shaped public taste. She also peppers the book with her own foodie memories and reminiscences. This book is a fascinating listen, full of interesting facts, as well as recipes and menus from different time periods of English history. My next suggestion is Brain Food by Lisa Mosconi. Dr. Mosconi has a PhD in neuroscience and nuclear medicine and is a certified integrative nutritionist and holistic healthcare practitioner. In this book, she examines the relationship between food and brain health. A brain requires a lot of fuel as it consumes around 20% of the body's energy. Dr. Mosconi explains that the brain has specific dietary needs, but few people know what they are. She dismisses theories based on pseudoscience and, using her expertise and current research, recommends a diet that will improve brain performance and safeguard against dementia in later life. The book has a wealth of information on the impact of fat, sugar, vitamins, pre- and probiotics and proteins on the brain. Also included are 24 delicious and healthy brain-boosting recipes. Brain Food sets out the optimum plan for a healthy and happy brain and will appeal to anyone looking to improve their memory, prevent cognitive decline, banish brain fog, or just sharpen up their mind. My final audiobook suggestion is Summer at the Comfort Food Cafe by Debbie Johnson. Widow Laura Walker decides it's time to move on after 2 years of mourning the death of her adored husband. She leaves her home in Manchester with her 2 teenage children, who are very reluctant to go, and takes up a summer job in Dorset. Her new job is working in the Comfort Food Cafe, owned by the eccentric and kind-hearted Sherry Moon, a place that serves up delectable cream teas, lovingly baked bread, scrumptious cupcakes and bacon sarnies cooked to perfection. The cafe attracts tourists and locals alike, not only because of the delicious treats on offer, but because of its welcoming atmosphere. Laura's new job, cooking and serving tasty dishes to her customers, gives her the chance she needs to get her confidence back, meet different people, make new friends, and possibly learn to love again. A gentle feel-good listen that will warm your heart and get your taste buds tingling. I do hope you enjoy these ideas for your next read, even if it's a subject you've not thought of reading before. As it covers both fiction and non-fiction titles, there really is something for everyone. And don't forget, if these titles I have suggested are unavailable when you look, You can browse for other ideas in the RBdigital app. Do use the comments section below to add your own suggestions of foodie books you think our customers might enjoy. And if we don't already have them available in our RBdigital collection, we will see if we can add them. Before I go, I would again like to thank my colleague Lynn for her invaluable help putting these recommendations together. Stay safe and well, and see you next week. Bye.